your Father who is in heaven. I remember a story I heard about a little boy. Yeah, his mama had him in church. Yeah, she took him to church every Sunday up until the age of 5. Yeah, at the age of 5, the mama died in a car accident. And little boy had to go live with his daddy. His daddy had a bad experience in church. His father did not go to church, and he forbid the boy to go to church. He told his son, if I even hear that you've been in the church house, I'm going to beat your tail. Stay out of the church. But they lived up the street from a sanctified church. And every Sunday morning, little boy would go sit out on the porch because he could hear them having church up the street. Ooh, the little boy grew up, became 15, but every Sunday he would sit out on the porch because he could hear them praying God up the road. Ooh, one Sunday morning, his daddy went to work. The little boy sat on the porch with some other boys were walking to church. And they stopped and told him, come on, man, come go with us to church. Said, you sit up there every Sunday morning, you might as well come go to church. But the little boy said, no, I can hear y'all from right here. They said, man, come on, you ain't got to hear from right there. Let's go to the Lord's house. The little boy said, what time do y'all get out? They said, we're usually out about 1:30. He said, my daddy don't get home till 2:30. He jumped off the porch and said, let's go. They went to the house of the Lord. The singing was good. The boy clapped his hand as he felt the Spirit of the Lord. Preacher told them about a man that was born in Bethlehem, reared in Nazareth, baptized in the Jordan, performed miracles in Galilee, wept over Jerusalem, prayed in Gethsemane, told them about a man one Friday evening died for the sin of the world, and then early Sunday morning God with all power in his hand. Preacher told him he came that you might have life and have it more abundantly. He said the doors of the church is open. Does anybody want life? Invite Jesus into your heart. That 15-year-old boy, he got out of his seat. He came to Jesus just as he was. He gave the preacher's hand. He gave God his heart. He believed that Jesus died and that God raised him from the grave. He got saved. Joy was flowing. The boy started shouting. Church got happy. Mothers threw their arms around him. Deacons hugged him. The church was on fire. Ain't God all right? Time got away from them because they were having a good time praising the Lord. When finally the boy looked at the clock and saw it was 2:45, he said, I gotta go. He ran, but when he got home, his father was on the porch, said, son, where have you been? The little boy said, please, Daddy, don't move me. He said, Daddy, something good happened. The boy's father said, where have you been? could have with no daddy. He said, I went to church and I gave Jesus my heart and I gave the preacher my hand. He said, Daddy, I'm saved. The father said, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? He said, you told me if I went to church, you was going to beat me. But wait a minute, Daddy. I got Jesus in my heart now. Please don't beat me. Father said, get in his house. He said, put your hands on that dresser. Because I told you, you know I told you. He kept beating that boy's back. He kept beating that boy. He kept beating that boy. Back turned purple. He kept beating him. He just kept on beating him. He just kept on beating him. Until finally, the little boy looked at his daddy and said, Daddy, you can beat me all you want, but it ain't on my back. It's in my heart. I got something you can't beat out of me. I got something you can't take from me. Ain't all right. Look at your neighbor.